As a last little look, before I switch back to the teacher, I'm going to show you what the student sees from an already set up notebook. So if I close down this CompSci notebook, and if I go to the computer science, now the recent ones are going to be available here for the student. Now they'll probably just see whatever they need, they can click here. If not, they need to go to OneNote, remember, and then to the class notebooks. And this time I'm going to open up the computer science notebook. Now this has been set out sort of as a textbook as well as an exercise book. So in the content library, rather than just have term 1, term 2, I've done it a little bit differently. I've got my course laid out, and for example I've got a computer system section, and I've got all the pages from the computer systems area. The student doesn't have anything really, just class notes and homework, the areas where to store the mirrored items, including the Meg. But if I go to, so I'm rambling a little bit here, if I go to things like transmission media, you can see what I've done. I've set this up as a sort of exercise book, or textbook, sorry, where they've got access to information. I've also set things up. Well, let's go to this one. I've also set things up so that they can get presentations, so we can link sort of PowerPoint, Word or Excel documents. So if I click on presentation, the presentation for the lesson will open up in PowerPoint. There we go. So they've got access to the presentation all the time in the relevant lesson. I've also got links or external links that I found so that they can do a little bit of research. So if they want to know how a switch works, I can take them to another site. So we can do further research. I can direct them through their links rather than have them research and come up with all sorts of things which are not suitable for them. I can link to Word documents that they can use. All of these are stored in the OneDrive, and this is really useful, this Microsoft Forms. Setting up a form which I'll take you through later, but the student has their own version of a form. You set up one form, each student gets a copy. Hi student. But if they click on the link, they could answer it in the page. It's much easier if they open it up in a new document and then answer the questions. There we go. Not really thinking about what we're doing, we're just clicking away. All the questions are mandatory, and I've set it up with a point scoring system based on their Meg really. And once they finish that, they click on submit and it marks it for them, and it tells them how well they did. 7 out of 19, not too bad for random guessing. What we can do, and I'll demonstrate this to you a little bit later, we can give them feedback on each question that they've got, but before they get the feedback, which is a little bit later when the rest of the class have done their work, or several sets have done their work, they can see what they got wrong. They can't have another go, of course. It's a test. But we'll take a look at this from a teacher point of view at some of the time. But there we go, we've got a form to do. And another thing that I do with them is I set them up with pages so that they've got to fill in the boxes. Now they cannot edit these. This is in the shared folder, so they cannot edit or type in these boxes. Like the Meg, they have to have a copy themselves to be able to edit. So I'll show you how to do that in the next video.